Coming up, Texas Voices hits the road to Mile Zero in Key West, Florida.
Well, how lucky am I to be sitting with you?
Kaitlin Butts shares new music.
Yeah, I drive every night into the western sky with the sun bright in my eyes for you.
And the stories behind them.
I went through some really hard stuff, so I had to write about it.
Take my time, how lucky am I?
Plus, from boat to table, we try it all at the Stone Crab at Ibis Bay Beach Resort.
It's a little mix of everything, you know.
Oh my God,
Delicious.
that is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Texas Voices features the artists, musicians, and creatives of our great state next.
Well, how lucky am I for you to feel the same?
Stoke the fire and keep on digging. Make the most of what you're giving. It may seem cold and it may seem tough. Even steel will bend when you heat it up. You're on the road to better days. If you can outlast the sun and outlast the rain, ain't a lot of hard lessons made. Let me tell you, son, soon you're gonna show us how it's done.
Welcome to the beautiful Ibis Bay Beach Resort in sunny Key West, Florida. I'm Lindsay Liepman. Kaitlin Butts is a bright star in the Americana and red dirt music scene. And we sat down with her at Lost Boy Creations here at Mile Zero Fest to talk about her new album and much more.
Time, how lucky am I? How lucky am I?
So take us back a little bit further about where you grew up and how you got into the music business too.
So I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Grew up there my whole life. Around when I was 15 or 16 years old, my neighbor got this guitar teacher that would come to his house and teach him guitar. And he came to our house one day, just walked through the little back gate that we had to our neighbor's house, and taught me a Miranda Lambert song, and it was just like 2 chords, and so I was like hooked ever since then.
The Marfa lights, like the Marfa lights.
It was 2015 when I released my last full project, so it's been 7 years now since I've released a full thing. So everything past that, from probably when I was 21 to now I'm 28 years old, those are all songs that I've written since.
There's a lot that's happened in that amount of time.
There's a lot that's happened, a lot of growth and lots of new problems arising that I want to sing about and write songs about, and probably should go to therapy for, but
the music is the therapy, so that's very helpful.
Yeah. But yeah, there's 7 songs on the album. It's called What Else Can She Do? And it's just kind of this concept album about all these different women characters in each song, kind of asking the question, what other choices does she have, right or wrong, given the circumstances that she has.
But you're the jury and judge that tie the binds and pushes and shoves.
I wrote it with Angelina Presley, who's of the Pistol Annies, who I'm a huge fan of, and that was like I want to say it was my first co-write ever, which is super intimidating, because before then I had just been writing songs in my room with my dog, and that was my only other like companion in there, and so I went in there and we started talking. Whenever you go into co-writes, you don't know these people, and so you kind of have to like really dig into some stuff sometimes, and or not, you know, but we dove into our family issues, and we had lots of things in common with our family dynamics, and we kind of came to the conclusion that you accept certain behaviors that you wouldn't necessarily from your friends. Like you can, you know, when someone's toxic or just like a bad person, you know, you can just like not talk to them ever again when they're your friend, but when they're your family, they're gonna show up at Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder to strip a family member. But I think that that's kind of silly, because I think that, you know, people that bring you down are really just truly toxic. You should be able to get rid of them from your lives and not feel bad about it, or just have that stigma of like, but they're your family. I just think that that whole concept is really silly. And so we wrote a song called Blood that day. How Lucky Am I and Marfa Lights kind of seem kind of on the same note. They're love songs.
Yeah.
And, but this group of songs that I'm doing for the next album was in a phase of my life where things were really dark and not fun. And so they all, they definitely have like tempo changes and things like that, but the storyline, it was just at a not so great time. And so I feel like they were a collection of songs that, not really on purpose, but whenever I wrote the last song that I wrote for the album, What Else Can She Do? I was like, that ties everything together for me. And I was like, I don't, you know, normally albums have 10 or so songs on them, but I was thinking these 7 just really fit really well together. But I now that I'm like done with this one, I have more up-tempo songs for the next thing. So I'm like, the next one's gonna be fun and awesome.
You're like, if this depresses you, just wait, it's okay.
Yeah.
Which is the wonderful thing about a live show, because you can pull for the mood of the crowd from all of your songs and be able to perform that way.
I had someone ask me or listen to the album, and he was like, Kaitlin, this album is like really dark. And I said, yeah. And he said, but you're not a dark person. It doesn't make sense. Like, I said, yeah, but like, I went through some really hard stuff, so I had to write about it. And he was like, it's just cool to see like a different
that other side of you. Yeah. Well, and I think it's really important to not shy away from those type of emotions and feelings, especially through the music, because so many people, I mean, I'm sure so many people in this room have gone through a lot, you know, even just through the pandemic time, and you always want to, you know, feel like you're not alone. So I feel like music like that can connect people.
Well, because I want to talk about things that people don't love to talk about, because it's real stuff, and I mean, it really happened to me, most of it, or just to people around me. So I also just like love to make people feel uncomfortable a little bit and kind of push the envelope a little bit.
What kind of things pour back into you as a creative so that you can still keep going?
I love to do yoga whenever I have the time for it and I can find a studio to do it in. I'm not great at it, but I love to do it, and makes me remind myself to breathe. Yeah. Because I have severe anxiety.
Really?
And, oh yeah.
I never know that. I would not be able to tell that you have anxiety. I think a lot of artists experience that, and I think that's why some of them will struggle with alcohol and with other things to try to be able to keep themselves able to do what you do, because it does take a lot of energy and all of those things, constantly putting yourself
it's kind of like
there.
Getting your ass kicked every day, honestly.
Yeah.
And if you struggle with that, I mean, you can use things to cope with it, or you can really try to find the source of the problem.
I know you're probably very excited to get that album out in the world and for other people to experience.
It'll feel very healing, and it'll feel like kind of the end of tying the end of that whole part of my life. And getting it out there. It's so weird because I've held on to these songs for so long, and I've kind of just held them tight, and I've gotten to listen to them, and I was just listening to them the other day, and I just can't wait for other people to hear them too, because it's so exciting for me.
Has there ever been an interaction or a fan in particular or a listener in particular that has really impacted you, or when you get that feedback, does that help you to keep creating and keep going?
Yeah, what I really like to see at shows is young girls at my shows, and just because I think that was what was really important to me growing up, seeing girls on stage and seeing girls playing guitar. That's why I wanted to play guitar. So those to me are the most inspirational things.
I just have a feeling that underestimating you would be a bad move. No one should underestimate you or say that you can't do something, because then you'll definitely go out there and do whatever it is that was told you couldn't.
I'll try.
Yeah,
I'll try for sure.
You'll at least try. Have you ever gotten some advice, or is there kind of a philosophy that you live your life by?
I shouldn't probably say this, but it's like F it. Like, you have such a short life, and so I just think, like, do exactly what you want to do when you feel like it, as long as it's not hurting anybody. YOLO.
Exactly. YOLO. And F it.
What else can she do? All right.
Coming up, we'll hear some new music from Kaitlin here in Paradise. The food, the fun, the sun. Texas Voices gives Ibis Bay Beach Resort 2 claws up. There's nothing else like it on the island. Adventure awaits, or take it easy, but step out of the ordinary and into a memory you'll have for a lifetime. Go to ibisbayresort.com to book today and tell them Texas Voices sent you.
I will do the song that kind of tied everything together for me. Whenever I finished this one, I was like, okay, that feels like the whole like symbolism of the album if I'm trying to feel like Taylor Swift. It was in 2020, and all the people that were still working, or I was very unessential very quickly, and I was at home just thinking of all the essential folks, but also some of the people that were kind of trapped in jobs that they hated. So this song is called What Else Can She Do? She left the country with big city dreams running wild in her mind, looking for love or adventure or anything else she could find. But her small town pretty didn't play in the city too well, and the life that she thought would be heaven now feels more like hell. There's lots of sad stories, and this here's another. A big city dreams, it got swept down the gutter. And he said, if you leave, don't you ever come back. She burned all the bridges she knew. So she wakes up and puts on her apron. What else can she do? She works 12-hour shifts pouring coffee for strangers. She walks home at night, well aware of the dangers, but too tired to care. She dreams of a life free of sadness or strife, or what it'd be like to be somebody's wife, and a table with no empty chairs. So she wakes up and fills up her own coffee cup and wonders if God hears her prayers. There's lots of sad stories, and this here's another. A big city dreams, it got swept down the gutter. And he said, if you leave, don't you ever come back. She burned all the bridges she knew. So she wakes up and puts on her apron. What else can she do? All right. She serves up the bacon, and the money she's making still won't pay the bills. And the city is busy and always in motion, but somehow for her time stands still. She wonders if happiness lies in the country back home, and she'd like to go back, but she knows good and well that she won't.
Still ahead, it's the best seafood on the island, why the stone crab towers above all the rest. Ibis Bay Beach Resort has some of the best seafood on the island because it literally goes from the fishermen to your table at the Stone Crab restaurant, and they let me try it all.
And there's your perfect mojito. What can I say? Look, everything looks super delicious.
Yeah, and oh my God, look at these drinks.
Yeah.
Is this
sweet.
the shark bite?
That's a shark bite.
Okay, are you
Oh
allowed
my
to
God.
drink on the job? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay, so tell me about each different dish, and also I'm gonna need help. I have no idea how to eat that.
Let's try the steamer. The steamer
Okay,
fry.
all right, show me how to do it
We'll just crack it here and break it
and get it out.
from the point. Yeah.
You did the work for me.
Yeah, right here. So you dip it in the melty hot butter, and it's ready to go.
Ooh.
Let's see how you do it.
Oh, that is good.
My God.
Really good.
And over here we do have the tower for two, fried tower for two, which is half-baked lobster, snug cracked lobsters. We also have peeling shrimp, fried shrimp, calamari, mussel, a little bit of everything, pretty much,
Yeah.
as you see.
Let's tackle the tower.
This or yellowtail snapper is caught, around Key West. Fresh, fried, deep fryer.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best seller that we have here in Stone Crab. It's a little mix of everything,
Oh my God,
Delicious.
that is so good.
Yeah,
So good.
it's fresh.
So literally what ends up on your plate, just came off the boat.
Just came out from the boat. Yeah, stone crab, fresh shrimp, and never be frozen. Like
Yeah.
other restaurants, always is fresh.
I feel like you can taste the difference
Yeah,
in how fresh it is.
absolutely. You can actually like the crunchy.
Yeah. So I thought this is really unique. You have these cards that lets you know exactly who your fisherman was.
Correct. Actually, we do have Zane here. This is our captain who cut our yellowtail snapper over here
Oh, so Zane actually went out.
and cut our yellowtail
and-
snapper. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is our fish.
We
Fresh as can
appreciate
be.
it.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Captain Zane. It's like a trading card.
Yeah.
I'll trade you.
Trey, what you eating?
I'll take
Shrimp?
Zane.
Let me
You
get
take.
Alex. Take Alex. Yeah, come Alex.
That's funny.
So this is that love song. It's very rare that I write a love song, but when you're married to Cleto Cordero, it's not hard to write one.
Baby, pass the honey wine. That cowboy hat fits you awful nice. With every drink, I'm scooting closer to your side. Since when am I the one to make all the moves? With you, I feel like I can break all the rules. Well, how lucky am I to be sitting with you? Yeah, I drive every night into the western sky with the sun bright in my eyes for you to take my heart, waste my gas, and take my time. How lucky am I? How lucky am I? Can we just lay here and listen to the rain? Saying I love you is all I want to say. Well, how lucky am I for you to feel the same? I'll tell you the reasons why the time was right when you came around. No, I couldn't fight it. Hell, I didn't even want to Well, how lucky am I to have a better half? Yeah, I drive every night into the western sky with the sun bright in my eyes for you to take my heart, waste my gas in. I take my time, how lucky am I? How lucky am I?
Thanks, Kaitlin. Make sure to check out TexasVoicesShow.com. Follow us on social media, and you can watch full episodes on YouTube. Before we go, here's Haven Medrano from Austin's Coke FM with Kaitlin Butts and some Kokioki. We'll see you next time.
Crank it.
On cue.
All the way up.
I'm nervous.
All the way up.
All the way up.
It's gonna make us, yeah.
Here we go.
You're the kind of man, a woman thinks she can change. But the only thing changing is my way of thinking. And I'm thinking that maybe someday somebody's gonna give you a lesson and leave it. Somebody's gonna give you back what you've been given. And I hope that I'm around to watch them knock you down. A foolhardy man